It's April 7th, 1945. Klaus Hahn of the infamous Sonderkommando Elbe is hunting. His mission: bring down a B-17 bomber in the most brutal fashion possible. Ramming Italiano. This is his very first, and likely last, operation. Shortly after takeoff, he loses his squadron. Things get instantly worse when he's met head-on by a flight of P-51 Mustangs. The American fighters tear past, swing around, and unleash a torrent of 50 caliber fury on the lone Bf-109. Hahn, undertrained in flying an aircraft barely fit for service with minimal ammunition, desperately tries to evade. His slow plane is instantly peppered. The cockpit tears open, and a barrage of bullets strikes him square in the arm, just under his shoulder. He barely registers the pain, realizing instead that his entire arm is unresponsive. He must bail. He rolls the Bf-109 over and dives, looking up to see his limp, useless arm fallen against the canopy. But as he plummets from the heavens, a sudden gap appears in the clouds, revealing a sight that makes his skin crawl. A massive formation of B-17 flying fortresses right beneath him. Fury gives him strength. He takes the controls and dives to the attack, his eyes locking on the center B-17. His short life flashes before him, recalling how, at just 17, streams of Allied bombers dropping thousands of tons of ordnance on his home city drove him to sign up. He was told the mission of the Sonderkommando Elbe was simple: ram the 4-engine bombers. Without firing a single bullet to inflict such heavy casualties, that the Allies would pause their attacks by in Germany time to build the superior Me-262 jet fighters. They weren't expected to die, just to attack with an escape plan. Klaus breathes what he thinks is his last breath, hits the throttle, and the Bf-109 accelerates toward the chosen target. He strikes the B-17 right on the tail. The impact rocks the bomber, throwing the tail gunner forward. In the cockpit, Captain Bud Wentz radios his crew. "What happened? Everyone okay?" "We're fine, but we just got hit by a fighter. We have a massive hole in the tail. The turret is gone. The B-17 is crippled and its pilot, Wentz, is fighting to keep it from spinning into the formation. What are the chances they can land this thing? Before we witness this impossible flight, pause for a moment to support the channel. If you're on the edge of your seat, like this video right now, subscribe so you don't miss any of these incredible forgotten stories of survival. Comment below. Do you think Wentz can bring the fort home using just engine power? Wentz quickly realizes his controls are completely dead. Elevator and rudder are useless. All he has left is engine power. How the hell are we still flying? Below the formation, Klaus Hahn snaps awake in Freefall, miraculously having escaped his aircraft. He pulled the ripcord at around 3,000 feet, thinking, "I did it. I am alive, ... I rammed a bomber." Back in the B-17, Wentz is not about to give up. Knowing he can only control the wounded plane by differing the engine power on each wing, he carefully extricates his damaged fort from the formation. He can barely maneuver, but with incredible skill and the help of his co-pilot, he performs big, ugly turns, pointing the crippled plane toward Allied lines. They spot an airfield ahead. It's dangerously short, and they are still over German territory. Wentz knows he gets one shot. He holds his breath. He deploys the landing gear at the absolute last second to maintain balance. Moments later, the wheels hit. Wentz cuts the throttle and slams the brakes. The B-17 rolls to a stop. They survived. Relief washes over the crew until an American infantryman emerges, explaining they've landed practically on the front lines. But then, an incredible sight: an abandoned B-17 sitting nearby. Wentz later discovered they landed at a base belonging to KG, a special German unit that operated captured Allied aircraft. This one had been evacuated and hadn't received German markings yet. Its tanks were even full of fuel. They retrieve a souvenir apiece of the Bf-109's wing end with a last test of the working control surfaces. They roar into the sky in their new B-17. They fly home, landing perfectly in England, completing their second landing of the day. Klaus Hahn was picked up, survived the amputation of his arm, and lived to tell the tale. The desperate ramming attacks of the Sonderkommando Elbe were pointless. Germany capitulated just 1 month later, and the Allied command never even realized these were coordinated ramming attacks. Decades later, In 2003, Wentz was contacted by an author. He learned the ramming was intentional and got in touch with the Elbe veterans. Hahn was overwhelmed with tears of joy, finally learning that he had not killed the American crew. Two desperate men, separated by war and fate, had both survived the impossible. Don't bail out yet. If this story of desperation, survival, and ultimate reconciliation blew you away, don't forget to support the channel. Like this video to salute the unbelievable airmanship of Bud Wentz. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss another true story of wartime survival. Comment below. If you were Wentz, would you have tried to land the second mysterious B-17? Would you like me to create a short, engaging description for the sponsor segment about in-video AI using a more action-oriented tone?